Yeah, so welcome to SC CyberSafe. I yeah, so in today's video or today's live stream, I will just be um so in today's live stream I'll just be talking about a few things which you've seen the title of the live stream, and it's my friends are scammers, what do I do? So I from the title you can see that it's basically going to be a sort of um a sort of true life story, because I know some people have been in this situation where um, you might have people that are close to you that are scammers. It's not everyone this might have happened to, or it's not everyone that might have experienced this, but you might have some situations where the people you find yourselves around or yourself around, they are scammers, or they sort of do scams. Let me just put it that way. So they might be your friends, like your really close friends. Why some might not be your close friends. So how do you handle such situations? I'll tell you my story. I'll tell you the story of I'll tell you I'll go right straight into the story. But what I'm going to be doing in this video is telling you, I'm not going to tell you how you should handle such situations, because people decide to handle such situations the way they feel, or the way they deem fit, or the way their heart tells them to. But for me, I'm just going to tell you the way I handled it, or the way I might handle it in future. So let me just jump straight into the story. Let me just jump straight into the story. So if you're watching, please let me know on the comments in the chat section, and then if you're watching this on replay, you can also type in the comments replay so that I will know you watch this on replay. So um, basically, I I stayed with some scammers for over 257 days thereabouts, and during that period, it was really an experience that I can really never forget, because the reason I'm saying I can't forget it is because I got some form of experience, or that's what started my journey, or that's what increased my enthusiasm to want to continue this channel. So I hey, welcome, Sneaky Beanie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're very welcome. So um yeah, so basically I stayed with them for over 257 days thereabout, or even more. And during this period, they scammed people. They got to take money. The scam that they pulled worked out, because they got lots and lots of money from whoever they were scamming. But I know you might be wondering what exactly was my role there. I mean, I'm someone into scam baiting, someone into cyber security, someone into online safety, an advocate, an enthusiast. But what was my role there? What role did I play, or what did I do during that period? Because I know this is what so many people want to know. Did I just watch them, or did I join them? I know I know there are lots of questions that will be in the minds of people. Well, basically, what I did was during that period, I was in a non-governmental organization that's um CyberSafe Foundation. Before they were called No Go for Maga in Nigeria. They are a non-governmental organization in Nigeria. So I was with them basically during that period when this happened, when I was basically staying with these scammers. And these scammers were sort of like um I wouldn't say they are my friends or they were my close friends, but you could say they are friends. This sort of relationship you have where, um, for example, you're in a classroom, you have your classmates, but there are some of your classmates that you could just tag as friends. These your classmates are just friends. because maybe you take lectures together, you do some stuff together. Maybe you're not that close, but then you have close friends, like really close friends that you work with, you study with, and all. So these people were not exactly my close friends, but circumstances just brought us together, and we were staying in the same area or in the same place, basically. So they got the type of scams that they were engaged in was romance scams majorly, though there were other scams that they did, but it was majorly romance scams where and there are different variations to these romance scams. It's not just one type of romance scams. There are lots of variations to romance scams. There are romance scams where you might be talking to the person you want, you might be talking to the victim that you want to scam, and then you are showing your face to the person. The person can see your face. The person knows you are a Nigerian. The person knows you are this person. But still, your main aim is to scam the person or rip the person off its money. And then there's another variation where you are not showing your face. You are just trying to pull off a scam, maybe using the face of a celebrity or impersonating someone just to scam the person. So these are different variations. So throughout this period, they were successful in some of the scams that they pulled off. They were very successful, and I would say they got a substantial amount of money. It could be ranging for more than should I say $2,000 sounds kind of small. If it didn't exceed maybe 5,000, I don't know if it got to $5,000, but I'm definitely sure it was more than $2,000. That was over a million naira in Nigerian currency. So my role there was that I like I said, these guys were sort of, I wouldn't say my close friends, but they were friends or people that we did I did stuff with. And it's going to be difficult for anyone to want to say, okay, it's not a situation that you would easily know how to handle. You wouldn't say, oh, these guys are scamming, I need to go ahead and report them immediately so that maybe they get them arrested or they get them punished or something. It's sometimes it might sound easy like that, but it is always very complicated. It's not just a straightforward thing to do. So my role there was, remember I told you that I was in a non-governmental organization. So I was really confused on what to do. I couldn't just watch things happen the way they were happening and maybe seeing these guys pull off some scams or do whatever they did. So I had to reach out to someone. So I reached out to the non-governmental organization, and basically I was acting like someone who was gathering some form of intel to understand the type of scams they use, how they pull off these scams. And this is where I got most of my knowledge of um, how certain scams work, how they use social engineering to pull off these scams. And it even prompted me to do a video which I've done two videos relating to that on types of scams. Okay, types of scams that different types of scams that these scammers pulled off. So I had to do videos as such to sort of create more awareness for people out there. So during this period, I was gathering intel, understanding the type of scams they pulled off, understanding how these scams worked, and then I also worked underground to expose those scams. So even though I was not really reporting them, but I still tried my best to make sure whatever they were doing was going to be limited, or whatever they were doing was going to be exposed one way or the other. So it was not exposed directly, maybe by me reporting them and then maybe them getting arrested or them getting chastised or punished or something of that sort. But whatever they were doing was a way of gathering intel. I think you can call it a lesser evil or something of that sort. So just the way typical movie or I don't know, maybe real life, where some detectives, some police, they know that these guys are going to sell some maybe drugs or something in a particular place. So they tail them, they follow them, see who they are trying to, or they even probably allow them to make those deals, to sell the drugs, to do whatever they are doing, just to know who the main leader is or to understand the whole or the entire operation. So this was my role there. My role there was to understand the operation, understand how whatever they did worked. So At that time when Hangout scams were still a thing, I think now people really don't use Google Hangouts for scams. Although some of the people that pull off romance scams still use Google Hangout as a medium for maybe communicating with the people they want to scam. So at that time when Google Hangouts was still a thing, I can remember I can't remember the way I did it, but I was able to intercept, or I was able to get the emails that they used to pull up the scams, the email that was linked to their Instagram account, and the email that was linked to um that their Google Hangout account. So I can't remember how I had access to the email. I can't remember, but so I was able to access their Hangouts. I saw the people that they had communicated with, the people that that had sent them money of maybe over $1,500. That's $1,500 as Americans would call it. So that was a lot of money. Even prior to then, there were still some ongoing scams and that I saw on the Hangouts. There were people that were in the, how would I put it? They were in the tunnel. Yes, it had not yet come to their turn, but they were working in the process of scamming those other ones too. So at that point, I was like, now that I've seen this, I can't unsee it. So what do I do? So this person is really about to get scammed. What do I do? I have access to have access their Hangouts. What can I do in this situation? So what I did was that I had to reach out to those people. I told them that this is, sorry, please give me a moment. So I told them that this I told the people that they were chatting with that this is a scam, that they're trying to get scammed. That I just told them that I didn't really tell them my identity. I didn't expose my identity to them, but I told them that they are trying to get scammed. And some of them thanked me for letting them know, even though they tried to know who I was, or they tried to get further information from me, but I couldn't really give them more information. I think I referred some of them to SC CyberSafe, where I reviewed the type of scams that these guys pull off. Why some of them I had to just tell them. Why when I told some of them that they were going to get scammed, some of them had that feeling that yeah, they kind of everything started looking fishy to them, but they were not sure, and they thanked me for opening up to them or for letting them know that this was probably a scam. So yeah, this is a story that it was really difficult. Trust me, it is really difficult. And I'm sure if you ask anyone this question, that what would you do? Maybe if your best friend is in in is a situation like this, or if you know someone who scams people, maybe the person could be your friend in school, your friend in at home or somewhere, your colleague at work, and you know this person does this stuff. Do you go ahead to report the person? Do you talk to the person? What exactly do you do? So let me just tell you what I did during that period. I didn't just watch them. So at sometimes I knew it was clear to most people that were around us that time that these guys were pulling off this sort of scams, and most people didn't know how to confront them, or most people have seen it as a norm, and most people are like, I mean, it's not my concern. Whatever this person wants to do, a person can go ahead and do. I don't want to have anything to do with it. And I also had that feeling. I was like, I really don't want anything to do with these guys and whatever they do. So I had to. There were times when I indirectly told them that whatever they are doing is really not good and they should just stop. Like even after I know that these guys got some money from maybe whoever they scammed, I felt like, oh, you guys have gotten some stuff. Why don't you just stop? Like, what is it? But what I got to notice later was that there's a sort of addiction that comes with scamming. That's why even when you a scammer is caught, it still does not stop. It's just like playing bets, or when you play this form of sports betting. At a point, it becomes an addiction that even when you lose, you still play. When you win, you still play. You just can't stop it. Okay, it's maybe like those that are addicted to masturbation, sex, and all this other stuff. Once it's an addiction, smoking, whatever it is, it's really difficult to stop. So I think it was like that for them when the money is coming, and then if you ask me like what did they do with this money, it was just the money was used for frivolous stuff. It wasn't really used for, when someone really has an aim that maybe when I get a certain amount of money, I would invest it in something, and then this thing is going to give me more returns. But the funny thing is that, and this is a reality with most of these scammers or most of these scammers, after they get money from the victims, they really don't use it to do something good. Either they are spending it anyhow, or trying to um they are trying to show off, that kind of thing. So this was the kind of lives that those guys lived. There was nothing that you would say they used. There was no good thing you could say that they used this money on. And then in the end, you see that this money had vanquished. The money had finished. Obviously, any money you get with that kind of means, it's not bound to last. It's not bound to yield something fruitful. So it was really crazy, because at that point I just felt like I talked to them indirectly. Not I didn't really I It's always advisable not to go with a confrontational tone, like, why are you doing this stuff? I'll report you. And oh, doing that is just putting yourself in an unsafe condition where you are threatening them. It's just like you see an armed robber and you're threatening the person. It's not as if I'm relating them to armed robbers. They are human beings also that are going through a sort of addiction. There's a way, or there's a reason they got into this in the first place, because maybe they felt like, oh, they've suffered a lot. And that's what most scammers will tell you when they come clean to you. When you catch them, they tell you they've suffered a lot and they decided to get into this to make ends meet. Well, it's still understandable, but at some point too, they need to understand that these people that they are scamming, it's going to affect them one way or the other. Because I've seen lots of scams where most people borrow money to and then most people borrow money maybe from family, from friends. So most people take loans and then they get scammed of those loans. How do they feel? Most of these people commit suicide. Most of these people that have gotten scammed, because they borrowed money, they took loans. How do they get to repay those loans when you scam them of those their money? Some even their inheritance. So some of those stuff were things that I thought about, and I felt like, wow, this is really unfair. But what do I do? I can't obviously report them. So if you are in that situation, I wouldn't don't take this as an advice, but I'm saying, if I'm in that situation again, the first thing I will do is I will speak to them. I'll tell them that this stuff you are doing is really not good. I'll just let them know why whatever they are doing is not good at all. And then once I tell them why what they are doing is not good, I would now let them know that, as for me, I necessarily might not report you to the authorities, because I have seen us as maybe friends, especially if we are friends. It's really, 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 really difficult. You cannot, no matter what you see, no matter how you want to paint it, you cannot report a friend or someone that has been close to you, even though the person is scamming. It's really difficult to report the person. So the only thing you could do is tell them that, and that is all you need to do majorly, except maybe lives are threatened, then you can go ahead and report. But aside that, what you should do is, I'm just saying in my own opinion, let them know that, so that it shouldn't be like you didn't say anything when all these things were happening. Let them know that whatever they are doing is wrong and they need to stop it. Then just try to show them reasons, or tell them reasons why they need to stop. Speak to them calmly, speak to them in a way that they would understand. So you must not chastise them, or tell them that this thing you're doing is wrong and everything, and start judging them, because it wouldn't really help, or it wouldn't really change anything. So you let them know that what they are doing is wrong. Then you leave them to the law, basically. What do I mean by leave them to the law? Leave them. One day, there's a saying that goes like this: many days for the thief, but one day for the owner. I don't know if it's something that they say in Nigeria, or is a general. I don't know if it's proverb or adage. I don't know whatever it's called. But many days for the thieves, or thief, one day for the owner. So just leave them to the law. One day, if they are not careful, they will get caught, and then the law will judge them, or the law will give them the punishment that they deserve. Also, even if the law does not get to them, there's what they call karma. And some people might not believe in a law of karma or what karma signifies, but I believe that the law of karma exists, or karma exists either ways. So whatever you do today, you might not see the repercussions today, but in time to come, those things will get to affect you one way or the other. So just leave them to the law and leave them to karma. There's no need to. But if you feel like you need to report them, well, you can do so. But I still wouldn't advise that, especially when you are close to them or under the same roof with them. It's always very risky and difficult. So just advise them as a friend, and then leave them to law and leave them to karma. One of them will surely catch up to them. That's just the thing. So I will tell you that those guys that have been doing all these scams or pulling all these scams, where are they today? They are still not. They're not millionaires. They are not. They are still. I'm sure. I don't know really, because it's been a long time I left them. I don't know if they are still in this type of hustle or if they are still doing this sort of stuff. I don't know where they are now, because we really don't have. I'm not in contact with any of them again. But whatever the case may be, one day this will all catch up to them. So yeah, that is just my experience with the whole scam stuff. I know most people have been in this situation and they wouldn't know what to do, because trust me, it's difficult. It's difficult, and most people wouldn't really come out and tell you. Most Nigerians, I would say, out of a thousand Nigerians, there are two scammers or one scammer in 1,000 Nigerians, which is just showing you the range of people that are pulling scams. So you might be in a school, you might be in your room, you might be in your place of work, and you know people that are scamming. So how do you handle them? Most people know people that are scamming, but most people either decide to keep short or ignore them. But I think with watching this video, or after watching this video, you already know what to do. So that's basically all I have to say on that. And yeah, in my community tab, or in my community section, I asked a question on um how many people have watched some of these movies that I saw recently. The Tinder Swindler, that was a documentary, a movie slash documentary, Netflix movie slash documentary. If you've not seen it, you can go ahead and see it. I'll just give you, hey, hi Lillian. Hi Lillian, welcome, welcome, welcome. So if you've not seen Tinder Swindler, you need to go see that movie. And then there's Inventing Anna. That's a limited series about. I'll briefly tell you what they are about. And then there's another series, I Care a Lot. So there are lots of scam series or series relating to cons and scams that I saw during this period, and they were really helpful because they got to expose to the world so many things about scams, and just in form of creating some sort of awareness. So let me start with the first one, Tinder Swindler. If you've watched it, please, you can let me know in the comment section, or if you're watching this on replay, let me know if you've watched this Tinder Swindler before. So basically, it was about a popular scammer that has been scamming women. So what this person was using, the popular scammer, what he had been using was romance scams. That was the type of scam he was pulling all through the entire movie, or all through the documentary, because it was a documentary of them interviewing real life people in real life, trying to find out what happened. So basically, the guy has been scamming a lot of women in different countries. He travels around getting these women to pay for his trips, manipulating them, telling them he loves them, and all this started from Tinder. All this started from a conversation they had with the women in Tinder. And funny enough, these things still happen till now. Have you ever thought of how come as our last 3 years and 2 years ago, those scams are still existing till now? Because there are still people that will fall for these scams. Just about 2 weeks ago, I had a friend of mine that was almost involved in this Tinder scam. In this Tinder, I tagged the Tinder swindler, because this person too was also almost involved in a Tinder type of scam. I did a video which I will release perhaps next week or this week that we're entering, so that you see what went on during that process. So the person had to reach out to me because she was my friend. She told me that she thinks this is a scam, because she has been watching this channel, so she knows when something is looking fishy. So she detected that it was a scam also, and then she reached out to me. I had to investigate further, and then yeah, maybe in the video you will know what happened in the end. So this was what the Tinder swindler was doing. The guy was going around scamming a lot of women, ripping, and most of these women, they most of them almost committed suicide, because most of them either took loans, either they used their Amex cards. That's sorry, I don't want to spoil it for those that, let me not just go into details for those that have not seen the movie, but I'm sure I can't give you a spoiler because it's a documentary, so you really gain a lot if you if you decide to see the movie. So the second one is Inventing Anna. So unlike the first one, the Tinder Swindler, that one was basically on romance scams. Inventing Anna was on inheritance scams. So this one was basically what she was pulling off was inheritance scams. So she used inheritance scams, she used social media scams, she used social engineering. Like she learned the art of social engineering when she was pulling off her cons, her scams, and everything. So she was saying she was a German heiress, that she had this lots of money, her father is rich, her father is a billionaire, and all this. Her father is a mogul, and also she had images, fake images, she had lots of things, and then she just came to United States with a different identity. Identity theft was also like, this series Inventing Anna, this limited series was packed with a lot of information that when you watch it, you will be marveled. You'll be like, you'll be asking yourself, is this really happening? And this is really happening, because as you can see, the Tinder swindler is something that happened in real life. So most of these things are just things um that we need to beware about. Once you have knowledge of something, once you have knowledge of a particular scam, make sure you communicate it to people around you, your parents, your friends, your siblings, whoever, just so that they know that this particular scam exists. Okay. If you watch video on scams, make sure you share it at least to the people that you are close to, so that them also, they are aware of it, because you wouldn't want the scams to evade you and then hit someone that is really close to you. It wouldn't really make sense. So then the last movie is I Care a Lot. There are some other movies too, I can't really remember the name. This I Care a Lot, this one was, I wouldn't say this one is this one is more of a con than if it's well, it's almost the same thing. It's a scam. I could call it a scam, where the lady she picks up old people and then takes them to retirement home. um she finds a way to get the court to hand them. It's just she finds a way to get the court to hand those old people to her, so that she takes them to the retirement home. Not just old people, wealthy old people. And but I think everything caught up, karma caught up to her in the end. So you can go ahead and watch it. I wouldn't want to give a spoiler, because that movie was really intense and it was really interesting to watch. It was action packed and everything. So it's something that will give you awareness, and also it will just inform you about a lot of things that goes on in the world, or in the world of scams basically. Yeah. So before I end this live stream, I would like to try to scam bait someone. There was someone that sent one funny text message um trying to scam Sha. The person has been trying to scam a lot of people. So the person has been sending this text message with the number to call. So I will try to call the number and then see if I'll put it on speaker, so that yeah, we'll see if I can get the person to or let me just see the type of scam the person runs. So just hold on, give me a minute. Let me try to call the number, and I'll put it on speaker for everyone to hear. So the message that the person sent, or the message says, let me just read the message. So the message the person sent is so the person said, if you know you are one of PDP membership, you are receiving 75,000 naira. To know more about the payment, call a particular number. So, in case you don't know what PDP membership is, PDP is a sort of political party in Nigeria. And so, right now that the election is coming up, there are lots of scams that are going out there in relation to you can receive money if you're a member of this party, you can get this sort of bonuses. So there are lots of this scam going on. So let me just call this person and try to understand whatever this scam is all about. So just give me a moment. Let me place a call and hear what this person has to say. It's ringing.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Hello?
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so I received the message from you. It said something about PDP membership receiving 75,000 naira.
What am I speaking to? What is your name and where you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from Lagos. My name is John.
From Lagos.
Yes.
John. Okay, this one can you do very very your house.
Sorry, I can't really hear you.
I it's me now.
Hello?
Huh?
I can't hear you.
Can you
Sorry.
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you
Can you
now.
hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Are you PDP member?
Yes, I am.
Okay, sir. Which bank do you have for you to get the money?
I use Access Bank. I use Zenith Bank.
Okay, affiliative is SNB and Crystal Bank. Do you have any of those banks?
I have Access Bank.
I know make payment to access bank. The bank of everything SNB and Crystal Bank.
Is which bank and which bank?
SNB and Crystal.
Okay, Keystone Bank.
Yes.
And which other bank?
FCMB.
Okay, FCMB. Can I my brother uses Keystone Bank. Can I collect it with the Keystone Bank?
Yes, you can use your brother's phone. Which your brother have.
Yes, he has Keystone account. So how do I
Okay,
get?
once the account is with you, you can send it to me and give me a call back, okay?
Okay, I should send the account number to you and give you a call back.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I so okay, once I just give it to you, you just send the money, or what? Why? How does it
Once
work?
you send once finished, we confirm the account number. I'm going to call you myself and tell you what to do, okay?
Okay, okay, all right, no
You're
problem.
welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. What's your name?
Let me please
Mr.
Sunday Buka.
Sunday Buka. Okay, all right, thank you very much. I'll call you
You're
back.
welcome.
Yeah. So I'm sure you guys heard the conversation. I'm not sure if I don't know. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's a scam yet, but he's telling me from the conversation I had with the person, he's saying that I should just send him my account number, my bank account number, and then once I send it to him, he will confirm it, and then he will tell me the next step to take or the next step to take. So right now, he requested for two bank account numbers, that's Keystone Bank and FCMB. Those are banks in Nigeria, and I currently don't use any of those two, but I'll figure a way to get out. I'll figure out a way to get a an account number that is relating to. Hey, hi Anita. Hi Anita. So I'll find a way to get an account number. You can easily get an account number on Facebook or anywhere because most people just drop their account numbers anywhere. So I just want to see where this scam leads to. So I'll send the person my account number. Maybe I'll record the conversation so that I'll do a video about it, and then you'll see how the whole conversation went. But I'll get the account number and then try to understand if the person is really going to send me money, or the person will send do because I know the person might want to pull off a fake alert stuff. And then I'll just see how the stuff goes, and then brief you guys on the on and then if it's a scam, I'll just create more awareness on this type of scam because I know it's really going around at this time. Most people are receiving such messages, and then I'm sure most people might be getting scammed. So we'll see about that. I will update you guys on that. So I guess that's one of the major things I wanted to share. And so I also want to just use this opportunity to thank everyone that has been on the live stream. Like it really means a lot. Lillian, Sneaky Beanie, Anita Nap, I guess that's how the name is pronounced. Thank you, and those that stopped by briefly and then left. I really thank you for being or joining me in the live stream. Yeah, I couldn't put my face on the live stream because ah, the anytime I do a live stream with my face on the video, it's always the video quality is always really messed up, and I feel like it's always distracting when the video quality is sort of messed up. So I decided not to use video, and I think this is how I'll be doing my live streams henceforth. I'll just, except sometimes when I feel like I need my face to show, maybe I'm doing a Q&A sort of stuff, then I can show my face. If not, if I don't need to show my face, I'll just go ahead and do it like this, talk, and make sure my audio is clear enough for everyone watching to be able to hear me clearly. I think that's the way I'll be doing it henceforth. So please and please, when during the live streams, you can feel free to uh help out with a super chat, I guess, super stickers or whatever all those stuff are called. You can just help out with that. I think it will help me, it will help the channel a lot, and then it help me a lot in terms of putting out more videos, improving the video content and all. So I would really appreciate that. Okay. I'm considering putting the or enabling the join button on my channel, but I feel like I don't really don't have enough audience to do that. So I don't know, I might just put a pause on that. But if you want me to enable it, if you feel like you will join the membership, let me know in the comment section if you're watching this on replay, and then I can go ahead and uh, enable the channel memberships. Okay, so I see that someone just joined us. Thank you for joining, but I think you joined the bits when we are almost concluding, but it's still fine because it's still going to be out there on YouTube. You can go ahead and watch it. It was a really informative video on how I was with scammers for 300 and for 250 something days. So it was a long time to be with them, and how I handled it. So you can go ahead and watch the video from the beginning just to understand what I went through and how I handled the situation. So yeah, I guess that's all I have to share with you. So thank you again, and I will see you in my next video. Stay safe, guys. If you have any question, you can go ahead and ask me in the comment section. If you need more clarity, or if you need to reach out to me, you can reach out to me on Instagram, on Twitter, just SC CyberSafe. Once you type SC CyberSafe, you'll be able to reach out to me on any social media platform to discuss stuff with me, to share any scam experience you've had. If you need closure, if you need to ask questions, feel free to use any of the social media platforms to reach out to me. So thank you. Bye.